Welcome back, everybody, to our second round, our eighth round of these 6th Invitational 2020 Open Qualifiers number 2. This is Senshi versus Not Overdose. I'm your caster, Beniel, accompanied by a lovely caster, Jazzman.
I just forgot my name for a second.
Like in real life? Your actual name?
You're just like, lovely caster, no.
I didn't say, I just said pause. I had a pause there.
You're gonna ego me there? Like, you're just gonna take
I had a pause there, that's all it was. I'm just putting pauses, putting, dramatic effect in my sentences. Either way, we'll see bans out here on Bank. Senshi versus Not Overdose. We'll see bans are Habana and Capital so far. What do you expect of this? This is pretty normal, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so far, I think the big thing about open calls is that you're going to have a lot of safety bans. You're not going to have a lot of, oh, let's counter strat. Let's figure out what operators we should ban. Unless there's like a very infamous, X player that needs to be taken care of, like maybe Hot and Cold at the Japanese finals when, he got Maestro banned a lot on him. Unless that happens, you're not going to have a lot of target bans. You're just going to have a lot of safety bans. And that's exactly what we see now. Hibana, Capital, Echo, and Mira.
Yeah, that's pretty much normal as always. We'll see it actually a Teller's Office Archives defense first from Overdose. That is surprising, actually.
Yeah, that's it's a start, I guess. They kind of want to get off on a different foot this time around. Not going to be going downstairs on the very popular site. If you are going to go into a secondary bomb site, you're most likely going to be going upstairs. But no, they're just going to go for the Tellers. I mean, why not? You might as well just try something out.
This is going to be a defense where they're going to need to... they're actually not bringing a soft breacher because they're probably expecting that Blocker's CCTV defense, actually.
And they'll be pretty disappointed in a bit because they're going to have to rely on possibly the secondary shotgun of the Jackal to do a lot of that soft breaching. And they have a Jackal. Kind of going back to that Jackal. That could be really helpful because, Jackal. Because that can be really helpful for a number of reasons because you're going to have a lot of upstairs roaming. So, that Jackal track could really, really help you out quite a bit. I would say Jackal's going to be really important, especially because he has a secondary shotgun as well. So we'll see what they'll do because obviously they're not expecting this at all.
Yeah, it's surprising that they're actually bringing the Jackal, especially if they were expecting to go downstairs to CCTV and fuckers. Jackal on it, unless they're roaming on, when you're below in the basement, is exactly normal, actually. It's actually kind of abnormal in a sense. It's kind of hard. It's kind of risky. It's a very high risk, high rewards, especially on that downstairs defense. So the fact that they brought Jackal is interesting. It actually will prove to be very helpful for this attack as we see Senshi started up. And we'll see upstairs. The only person upstairs really is Jig, actually. So actually nobody playing upstairs for the moment.
Interesting that they're just going to be going for those reinforcements. They're going to have Smithers playing inside of open area and possibly have a Legion play at least nearby Evil Clown as well. So they're actually choosing to roam underneath a little bit. So that's intriguing. They have site completely open for the taking except for Ultra. So this is an intriguing setup as they're going to be putting a lot of focus onto an open area hold.
Yeah, of course it makes sense. They're trying for that horizontal long angles, a horizontal hold for this. One Jackal track's already being opened up onto the Legion of Jig, who's on the main stairs. We're looking to... It looks like one electric claw's been placed on this hatch, but it doesn't matter because Yoji's playing the Maverick, so he can easily still open that up.
Easy control so far here for Senshi as Murdy is going to open up the janitor hatch. I guess small office hatches. Upstairs control was really not too much of an issue.
Wow, actually, he isn't.
Oh my. Nice K trick there from Guns to actually destroy that exothermic charge. So it really seems like you have a really prepared defense here. Senshi kind of have to take a little bit more time and use a little bit more utility to open up what they really want. An open area, which has been a really hot control topic here for the defense, still opened up as Yoji should not be getting away with what he is right now as the peak coming on through and he will be able to open up the hatch. It took a little bit more than expected, but at least it'll get opened up.
It's been a really quiet 2 minutes though. Minute and 15 seconds left on the board, or minute and 45 seconds of away. And they've done some work. They've opened up one of the hatches, but that's all they've done. They've also lost an exothermic charge as well. But sneeze. Holy crap.
Yeah, so, and you lost a lot of HP Guns as well.
Oh, we just walk in. Slippery just walks in the site.
Nice drone work there to, zero out the Cade, but now Ultra on this flank. He'll take down Slippery. C4 coming on over. That could be fatal, and it will. Nice double kill there from Ultra as Cobra's going to take down Jigs, and now you have Evil Clown sitting upstairs. He wants to try and challenge this square hold, this sort of square hold that is now transferring into a lobby take that Senshi have. Kardama's going to take down Ultra inside of sight now, but Smithers, he has the flank as well, but it'll get shut down by Yoji. A nice execute here so far by Senshi is now Evil Clown up in a 3 versus 1, and he won't be able to win it out. Cobra walking away with a double kill. Well played there to Senshi, as they will have quite the opening round here. Nice execute, and unfortunately, the unexpected Teller's Archives defense won't work out.
Yeah, they tried to float it out, though, tried to throw it in their face, but it doesn't really work out. Especially, I was funny, Slippy just walks into sight, and Ultra's the only way that's deny him too. It's surprising because they didn't take upstairs, they didn't bring any soft breach to open up the floor up for that Teller's Archives take, so they could have had people stay on site. They didn't need to make that horizontal hold.
Yeah, and
they're retrying it too.
I mean, sorry,
they're retrying it too.
Oh my god!
So we're trying once more.
This is the team that beat 5 pros. I mean, all right, we'll see if it'll work, I guess.
Oh my god! So they're retrying Teller's Archives for a second attempt. We'll see how differently it was. Actually, not that one-sided from Senshi, but still, it was definitely concerning to see, of course. And the fact that also Senshi still are not bringing a soft breacher because they expect them to go downstairs now, but they aren't going downstairs again.
It's gonna be a cycle. It's just gonna be a cycle, and I mean, I would say that the defense almost worked. They had a nice setup going. They were able to stay in open for quite a long time, but once those hatches get open, you've lost a lot of control because you're gonna have to force your way out. And that's really well played to Yoji. He uses his blowtorch, and nobody was really peeking him either. I mean, Smithers was peeking from underneath, but no one was peeking from above, which can kind of showing why you should be upstairs and you should have upstairs control to try and challenge us. And maybe this time around they will be doing that.
Well, even then, they didn't have a soft breacher to really deny anybody on site, though. They had no soft breacher to even. They didn't even try to actually. Let's say that they didn't even try to get the anchors from above either. So
yeah,
they could have had more members on site if Senshi, well, not Senshi, if not Overdose had read that correctly, they could have had more people on site to deny the push. That came from Slippery, came from Ultra, or not from Ultra, from Slippery and Birdie, and the rest of the members who came from main lobby at that point too. So hopefully this time they're able to read that out and know that they're not pushing for upstairs, not taking upstairs control at all. As Yoji pushes into lone office, he's going to be the first to open up a hole. I bet see 1-3's holes.
Yeah, and Slippery gonna take down Gun. Slippery's been quite the opener here so far, as Yoji using that Maverick blowtorch to try and hold this off. That could be a really huge angle that is being held here by the Maverick, and he will get spotted out by Jigs on the camera, however, but either way, is that really a prompt for a challenge as Kardama's making quick progress? Smithers will challenge Yoji, as a matter of fact, and he'll win it out. Really well played there. Really, really, really important angle forced out of the attacker's hands.
Yeah, that's a trade. At least we'll get rid of we get rid of the C4 and maybe an MPX of Valkyrie for OG on the Maverick. It's actually a really good trade for the defense. As you see, Murdy and Kardama here looking to push Tellers straight into Tellers at this point, because they know last time there's only one person on site. It was Ultra, the only person really on site last time. Jigs get Kardama though as he comes through from the elevator hallway. Now down to a 3v4. It's actually a lot better turn off for the defense.
Yep, so Cobra's going to possibly hop back onto this angle here that did not see a lot of success from the Maverick, at least. He met a bullet to the nose, but might be a little bit more successful. Slippery, again, we've been saying his name quite a bit because he's been a crucial player here as Evil Clown going to barricade himself off. And Smithers has also been pretty important. He will take down Cobra, and he is the lone man holding off this A push because right now, Evil Clown taking out Slippery, as a matter of fact, and he's got the angles as well. So this is really well played here. Unfortunately, Senshi just were not prepared for the amount of angles that are opened up here, and maybe the Teller's Archives will end up working as Murdy's in a 1 versus 3. He's in a 1 versus the world now as he is at 25 HP. He's not got a lot going for him.
Yeah, most of the defenders pull back and they wait for a push up into either the hallway or onto site. The wall's been opened up, but it's all really he can do at this point because he is thermite. He has two extra charges to his use. And now Evil Clown watching from far, and there it is, the TCSG to finish off Murdy and not Overdose take around themselves to make it 1-1.
Well, the Teller's Archives will work out in the end, and maybe we'll see a little bit more regular bomb sites. And I swear to God, if not Overdose decide to pull out an open area hold, I'm going to flip. Okay, they're going to go into a little bit more of a normal bomb site. Still no downstairs, as they are going to be going upstairs to the top floor.
Yeah, pretty similar. So the lineup here is pretty normal for that. They're bringing the Maestro, of course, because you know the walls are getting opened up. They need some kind of ACOG to deny that long angles from square into CEO, into executive. So we'll see how it goes out. The castle, of course, to deny any kind of long range shots from the parking lot on the west side. And also Ultra on the bandit. They think you're gonna try a bandit trick. But of course, those windows, that crossplay from the windows could prove to be the death of Ultra if they try that.
Yeah, I feel like a safe impact trick should be enough. Maybe Ultra might not even try and bandit trick. Maybe he'll just put the utility down. We'll see. And maybe that castle might help out a little bit. I'm really not too sure what they're going to do about that. Because those windows, like you said, very, very restricting. Because then you can't really have that impact trick. If you don't have somebody challenging those windows, you can't really play inside of A. You can't play inside of A, that wall goes down pretty easily.
Yep, and that's where the Maestro with the Alda will probably be the only person to really deny any kind. You can get shots with the 1x too, but it's a long, especially from the back of square. That's a long shot for 1x. Of course, we're playing with some of the top teams that come to T3 and maybe bottom of T2, so they probably could make those. They can challenge those angles, but the gunplay is equal, really. Not necessarily, well, not totally equal, but they're relative.
A lot of aggression has been kind of in play this game. A lot of challenging. I'm mainly thinking about Yoji getting challenged on a pretty small angle, really tight angle, being challenged and winning that out. As it seems like it's going to be a storm through lobby. As Senshi are going to start to throw their drones in. They want to go for a really deep lobby take, so we might not even see Square in play at all. But Smithers is playing inside a garage, and he could challenge Cobra here, and Cobra could not expect this, as really nobody would. As he's approaching, this could be really dangerous. We see Smithers, he's going for it. He has the opportunity, and oh, it's gonna be actually Cobra taking him down, as Yoji will take down Guns. We talked about the Alda a lot in prep phase, and well, so much for that, as he will fall. And well played there to Senshi.
I think Yoji was on the north windows, and he gets shot on to Guns as well. And so at that point, now it's a 5v3 within the first minute. That is a surprising take. But at the same point, still the attack still needs to make their approach onto site, unless, you know, the rest of Overdose runs out the windows. But I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, Caster's Curse has been in play so far, so you never know.
Like I said, the first two will be Slippery and Cardama to make up the carpet stairs, up the spiral stairs towards the office. There's nobody there in office, but there is somebody inside a conference. The Legion of Jigs is there to try and deny a push through.
And Slippery rotating his way in through Banana. Ultra's going to take down Cardama, so that's an opening that they need, is they're able to take down the Jackal, but it will be a refrag by Yoji to take down Jigs, and Ultra's going to be down as well. All of a sudden, it's a 1 versus 4, as Evil Clown has to hold off with a UMP. Not the favorable gun in this situation, especially whenever you have the M762 on Zofia, you have the Thermite. I mean, you have a... Yeah, I don't think there's any way this could really go. Evil Clown's in a pretty bad position. He could probably take only 1 or 2 gunfights with a 25-round mag, and he is going to take one onto Murdy. He's going to rotate in through the executive hallway, and he will try and take damage down, but instead it will be Senshi to shut that down. Yoji, as a matter of fact. Well played there to Senshi. Really nice execute. Not even really infiltrating into Square kind of until late game. An interesting take, but it does work out. A very interesting set of strategies from both of these teams.
It will, more than anything, it's just the aggression from Smithers and from Guns to peek out against the attackers and lose those fights was kind of a little bit, I would say, the first nail in the coffin. And then, of course, the rest of the defenders tried to defend off, but you have 5 members of Senshi pushing on in. Very difficult take for Overdose. And so we go back to Executive Lounge and CEO. It seems that not Overdose are fond of retrying sites.
It did work out for them last time whenever they retook Tellers, so, you know, they are very adaptive, and there's not a lot to adapt to. Just don't peek too much, you know? That's just about it. You got lucky maybe once or twice, but don't peek too much anymore. And, you know, they don't have... So there's not a lot to adapt to, and honestly, I feel like what they could just do is they could play extremely passively. They don't need a lot of offsite play, maybe just, you know... I wouldn't even consider Janitor or Conference to be offsite, or even, you know, small out, or... Not small office. I always forget what that's called. Evil Cleanser. I don't know why I always forget. Executive. Thank you. It's always something different. But, yeah, executive. I've heard small desk too. I don't know. It's a weird call. But yeah, you know, I don't even consider those offsite. I feel like you could just turtle in there. Really. You could probably have someone inside a Kanto maybe, but there's no ACOG to really do that for you. There's no more Maestro. So now I just feel like, you know, passiveness is okay. Unless it comes to the fact that, you know, what are they? Senshi tried to jump on those windows. Maybe that's whenever you want to kind of get aggressive. But right now, you could play passive.
Yeah, they need to get aggressive the first 30 seconds. Though. That's what happened last time. Is there were two
Yeah.
members of not Overdose getting aggressive in the first 30 seconds was very, very different. We see, of course, now this time they're not being so aggressive. They're actually going to play mostly towards site. Smithers is below at least though, but he's not really too far off. He's inside a kitchen. And now we see Senshi still doing the same exact strat. They're all pushing from the west side, from main lobby. I wonder if maybe they'll rotate from Murdy and Slippery towards the square will happen.
Main lobby pushes have been pretty successful for Senshi, as Cardama's going to make his way in, and there's going to be no challenges so far, and I feel like that's perfectly okay right now, as Senshi, they will actually find the Valkyrie, but, I mean, you can't really capitalize on that too much, as I'm not sure what they're going to do here. They're going to kind of try and flush out any lounge players or any near lounge players, even though there aren't really much of that. So lounge is going to be pretty easy for the taking here, minus Smithers possibly on the flank.
Yeah, Smith is the only person looking to deny him. Get pushed, but they're gonna looks like Cardama's already right by the doorway, looking to push right in. He's looking to walk in, see nobody, and they're already right by sight. This is coming down to the quick gunplay of both teams, as Joji's can get the first kill on Evil Clown, and down to a 5v4. Shots come through onto the ping by the drones, but Cardama, it looks like he's hesitant to push farther into sight.
Yeah, so you know what I said about the passiveness? Apparently I was wrong. So that's pretty cool. Cardama making his way into executive, and well, he has a pretty established angle now, as he can force out a lot of rotations. Essentially grabbing some pretty easy control now, and Smithers on this flank could be really dangerous, but that's just about it. You don't have a lot going here for not Overdose, as they've lost so much control so early on, and we'll see if that'll, you know, be enough for Senshi to just go for this execute, as Smithers is going to instead decide to challenge on the the skylight stairs. Jigs, he could be possibly challenging the front desk as well. He is playing inside of the rotate hole inside of Janitor, but Slippery inside of Kanto will just simply take him down, and Smithers on low HP doesn't have a lot of options either, as a matter of fact, on no HP. 5 versus 2, and Slippery, he's going to deny the flawless round here, unfortunately, from Senshi, as
Oh, he's down, not out.
not out, of course. Cardama gonna take down Ultra. It could be the flawless here. Guns in 1 versus 5. Here comes the C4,
Guns.
He didn't even press his phone. He didn't need to. Mind control is just enough for him, as Cardama will go down, and he has the ping onto the diffuser, or not. Actually, as a matter of fact,
it's like the pings are coming out. Murdy now
off.
looks like he's planting farther off now at this point. Play will go down now. Guns in a 1v4 post-one situation. He's got to make shots with the MPX though at all guns. And it looks like concussion. Even though concussion comes out, he'll take out Slippery. Slippery wasn't on HP. He's falling on the ground as concussions caused him to fall back. He's looking for one outside square, but nobody's there for a moment. He'll see one head. It'll be the head of Yoji who will finish off. Actually, it'll be trade again. Yoji and Guns will trade, but still doesn't matter because
how many trades have we seen this game?
A lot of trades.
Or not this game, just this entire cast. I'm counting.
We've seen like 4 or 5 now at this point.
Yeah, jeez. But yeah, well played there. I mean, when I meant passive, I didn't mean that passive. I didn't mean let them walk into executive and just gather easy control passive. It's pretty dangerous.
And then go back to tellers.
Oh my! Just go downstairs. Be normal. There's nothing wrong with going downstairs. Since you're bringing the same operators. Slippery might be on the IQ.
Slippery's bringing the IQ this time.
Yeah, Slippery on the IQ, but they're well now he's on the Thatcher, so they're bringing the same operators. There's no hurt in going downstairs and trying it. I don't know, man. Tellers again. I mean, it did work out once. We'll see if it'll work out again, because I will give credit to not Overdose. They always usually play a lot of nice angles, so you know those angles could come to great effect here inside of Tellers, where it have been. But I don't know, man. They're playing a little bit too odd for even themselves.
We'll see them hold it again like last time. Last time they held us pretty well. They're able to deny that one-dimensional push from Senshi though. They all push from main lobby again, try to push right into Tellers. It's kind of a forced push. And they end up just losing a lot of fights, especially when it came to that elevator, that lone office push. Lone office angles made by the Maverick of Yoji, and then also pushing into that hallway between before elevators. Not really working the favor. So hoping that you go from above again. They try to go that take that above coverage first for Senshi.
Yeah. So I mean, they now know that this is not going to be too difficult, because there's not been a lot of upstairs play now. Maybe that'll finally prompt Senshi to kind of take that easy control, which has always been pretty useful for them. Of course, with no Habana, the hatches aren't too easy to get open, but, you know, you have the Maverick, the Thermite, it's just about enough. So I don't see why, I don't understand why they don't put a player lurking upstairs, because I can understand that working out so well, because, you know, you're going to allow a lot of discomfort whenever Maverick needs, like, maybe 10 to 15 seconds to open up a damn hatch. That's a lot of time for, you know, an opportunity, but I don't know. It's
Jackal's on
interesting.
the board, though. I can see why they don't
And
bring
yeah,
Jackal.
and that's true. That's true. Jackal could be a really big, you know, deteriorate, like kind of a. It might destroy turret. Jeez, why am I?
English.
English. It's hard.
English. So one wall is being opened up. Looks like that's first external charge used by Murdy to open up one of the hatches. Looks to be the hatch into open area, so deny anybody playing within open area. And they're looking to open maybe the other hatch too inside a small office. At this point, there's no soft breaches to really open up the floor though. As the first minute and a half's gone by, not much has happened really.
Yeah, the open area hatch is going to force out quite the strategy here. As not Overdose, they're not going to be able to play their open area angles, and if Senshi gather these angles, they could challenge Sight quite a bit. As Slippery is going to take down Evil Clown. Well played there, and he will say goodbye to the Cade that has been so useful. Not even just after, you know, his utilities used, but also his gun as Smithers. He's not been a you know, a random to challenging these things, and Yoji's gonna take down guns, and all of a sudden Senshi are just finding all their kills, and there's nothing that Not Overdose can really do about this. Ultra, he will take down Yoji though, as he did try and waltz into Sight. Unfortunately, it's not that easy, as Ultra does have a gun, which is quite surprising.
He does have
actually.
a gun. He does have a gun.
So he's gonna push up into Archives just a little bit here, deeper into Archives. As
Ooh.
Kardama and Cobra will make quick work of the remaining two players, and Senshi, they're just finding attack after attack.
I'll say that, but it looks like it seems as though Not Overdose are playing hard mode at this point, trying to play these sites that are more difficult to hold compared to the basements. I wonder if they're finally gonna go to the basement or not. And they are gonna go to the basement finally. Locking CCTV for their final round, looking to end this at a 4-2 split. I guess on bank, that's not exactly, you know, optimal though.
And Caveira, I guess I could see this working. Maybe it's a direct counter to Jackal, but maybe it could just be okay. It is just a switch up. I was gonna say, because the Maestro is very important. I feel like a Maestro would help more than the Caveira. Like, Caveira's really, really risky. Honestly, I don't see that working out at all. But yeah, finally we'll see that downstairs. But it's just a bit too late. Honestly, a 4-2 split on the side of the attack is pretty convincing.
I agree. Well, that's a bank can go either way. I don't think banks really one or other side of it too much. But same point, it's been pretty dominant on these rounds. Is the issue I have.
Without the Capitao though, and probably a lot of normality whenever Senshi decided to go on their defense. Without that Capitao, there's going to be a lot of trouble taking downstairs, because, you know, Senshi are probably going to play normal. They're going to go downstairs. They haven't been playing too differently. They're going to play open, probably. No, I've only seen one open. I've only casted open once this year. Like, I know that. I've only seen, and it was a T3 game. That was it. That was the only open area I've casted. Everybody knows that this site is dog. That site is terrible. But anyway, yeah, I don't know.
On the Warden. This is gonna be interesting.
I feel like Warden has been really over, like, I don't know what I want to say.
Well, you saw Laxing and Rec do pretty well, but they gotta do the same exact thing that you saw from them. Evil Clown already going down inside of Garage. Slippery is pushing through with the Cobra. This is a really really fast push from Senshi as they push right through Garage. But also walking through the Garage door is kind of a split or a cross angle, so it's not the greatest push. He's gonna Ryan right into the Jigs crosshair. Jig takes him out. He sees another. He'll take down Slippery as well, and it looks like as though Senshi wants to throw this round away.
Yeah, unfortunately so. They won't even have to prep for server, as the diffuser is pushing deep in the Garage. They are fully committing for this Garage push here, and they're just going to be able to, I mean, right now, if I'm Not Overdose, I'm just going to shift my guns over to Garage. But Yoji is going to be pushing inside a server, hoping that there has been a rotate out, but sitting nearby is Smithers. He's on the Warden, which I feel like is a hit or miss, because his utility kind of has been really useless. It's just kind of the shotgun that's so useful on Warden.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Shotgun. There it is. The shotgun that I was just talking about will take the head off of Yoji. So now it is 100% a full push into garage unless the rotate comes on in. And that is going to happen a little bit too late, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's a minute 30. They still have time, but it's a 4v2, so they have a lot of work to do.
But
At least have both external charges to use.
And you've lost 3 players, though. That's the big thing.
Yeah, they've lost 3 players, but they still have 3 more. They still have the extra charges, still have some utility to use. They could bring it back somewhat, depending on how, not Overdose play this.
It's very possible. It's very possible. It just depends on what Senshi are going to decide to push here, as they are going to be opening their way through the main lobby, and it seems like they're going to be going for a pretty ballsy play and maybe even a vault push, which is pretty difficult to do because in a lot of cases you're just dropping down hatches into one-way angles, and it's not too successful for you, as Murdy is going to open up that vault hatch, so it is going to be a vault push, and we'll see if that'll work out for them. As I'm not sure if they're going to start to push down server CC. Wow. Third time's a charm. I can't speak. Central stairs, as that is going to be Kardama. As Murdy's going to open up red as well. So, Senshi, I'm not sure. I feel like they could walk away with this, but the problem is that they might not even know where they're going. If they decide to go down central stairs with only 20 seconds left, they could fall right into the hands of an Ultra with a... Oh, is that Ultra or Smithers? It's
Smithers. No, it's Smithers. Smithers goes down though. Oh, he's low HP. His Kardama goes down to shotgun. Murdy gets a shot on the Smithers with a 1v3, and now the smoke will finish off Kardama. It's down to just Murdy in a 1v3, and now time is all running out. He's gonna wait. He's gonna try and find a kill. He's gonna prep the stats, but it doesn't matter anyway because Overdose will win that round again. It's a 4-2 split for Overdose in more for Senshi.
Yeah, that is pretty good, I would say. A 4-2 split on the attack, but like you said yourself, this isn't a very one-sided map, so we could be seeing a comeback as we move into our next half. It's a full reset, but okay, here's my criticisms, here's my congratulations. Senshi had a pretty solid attack. They had a really solid control. They didn't waste any time, but they lost a lot of gunfights. That's kind of what's been their downfall. They lost a lot of gunfights, and once they lose gunfights, they lose control. They start to panic, and gunfight after gunfight, it's a domino effect, and eventually, you're in a 4v2 like they were. But at the same time, while it has been not Overdose, having really good gun skill and winning their gunfights a lot, their control has just been so wacky. Like, for a CC hold, they literally just decided to stack everybody up on, like, the A side, on the eastern side of CEO. They decided to stack them up on the east side, and they basically gave control of the west side of the lobby, of even executive. They just gave them that, and of course you can't fail to mention their really weird site play, because, not Overdose. They went downstairs once and they won it. So I don't know if the Tellers holds were really worth it, and especially not the CEO holds, which were really unsuccessful for them.
Yeah, so we'll see Senshi do their first defense. Of course, they're making a normal defense compared to not Overdose, but we'll see how Overdose does on attack though.
Yeah, Seal Clown gonna start to push through servers by himself with the drone, probably.
There's no drone for the moment. There's also a lot of players in servers too. This could be.
Yeah, he's going in with no drone. I would assume. I just kind of assumed that he's gonna go into the drone, but he's not. I'm not sure why. What is he going
because the first
for? It'll work. Are you kidding me?
It's a first pick, and he's gonna leave now. He's gonna leave now at that point. He's like, I got my first pick. I'm out of here.
Smoke too.
I'm out of here.
He's taking down the smoke of all players. Huge kill there. A really, really big coin flip that'll work out for him.
Yeah, it's very surprising to see him win that fight, or just to get that first pick and leave, or anything at that point too.
That was hilarious. Interesting as well. As Kardama will take down the buck in the end. So, the operator itself doesn't have a lot of utility whenever it comes to a downstairs hold. As Smithers is going to take down Slippery, at least to find the refrag. As Kardama has rotated his way into servers. As, I would say a pretty on and off take here for... Oh, Jesus, Cobra's in the gunfight right now. He's got possibly the jaws of Ultra on his tail right now, so he's going to run away and possibly force another gunfight in through cafeteria, and he is going to lose even more HP, so he will rotate through the open hatch and possibly right into the waiting arms of Jigs. There it is. And Murdy's going to take down guns. There's a roaming Maestro. What is happening this game? I'm very intrigued, as it is going to be a 2 versus 3. You still have the C4 on the side of Kardama. You have the Maestro cameras on the side of Murdy, and you have the long angles as well. So utility-wise, both are looking good because you also have the hard breach. So
it's a very weird. It's ending up in a very default plant spot too. It's a very default end for this, and it comes to executes. But at the same point, you still have Murdy with the Alda. Ultra and them are trying to deny things. Ultra's also looking for any kind of information. There's the black guy, but there's also the Alda. They shoot him right in the face. That'd be Murdy to finish him off. And now it's down to 2v2. Kardama waiting for C4, waiting for some kind of information to throw it.
Yeah, and there's gonna be 48 seconds now. No smoke, which means that C4 really is just a, you know, do you win that or not? But Smithers, he's going deep. He's going deep, and there's the C4. It'll blow, and now Smithers is gonna play behind the wall, and he's expecting to hold the angle, but instead he'll just take the fight himself. Jigs. Now all he has to do is hold off Smithers, planting in a very unorthodox place, and he'll get it down. Jigs is gonna lose a little bit of HP, but that is gonna force him back to his angles that are probably one-sided, and Smithers, a very intriguing plant strategy, will work out for him.
Yeah, he'll push the site, get a kill, and nobody will plant the diffuser. And overall, that's a first win for, or not Overdose, to bring this back, because they need one more round to tie it up. We'll be going, well, it's interesting to see where Senshi goes next. They've lost downstairs. They're going to retry, or they're going to keep going. They'll be retrying CCTV and lockers. Hopefully this time we don't see Evil Clan able to get the first kill on a Smoke so easily in the round. As if Smoke was alive, though, that could have been a very different story, too.
Very interesting, as their server take wasn't even a server take. It was just they kind of went in, they went out, they went in, they went out, and eventually they committed. It was, I guess, it was weird, honestly, and I guess it eventually came down to a server execute, and I would say Senshi probably know what their big mistake is, and that's just losing the really unpredictable gunfights that, or just the in general unpredictable style of anything that they do. Not Overdose has just been playing extremely weird when it comes to their executes, and it doesn't seem like Senshi have really read into that. They haven't read into that unorthodox playstyle, and you know, they'll probably tend to play a little bit more safe now, as they, you know, are just gonna try and figure out what the heck is going on with this Not Overdose team.
I say that Senshi's actually Koba's reinforcing upstairs and Tellers. They're still going for that extended hold upstairs. They're not reinforcing red or the hatch in the CCTV or servers, really. So it's still a very high risk, high reward strat here from Senshi, banking on those rumors, banking on winning those fights. Slippery and Cobra are playing inside the Tellers and open area respectively. And Murdy again, is he being aggressive on the Maestro of all things too?
He did that last round, and it was really interesting. I guess you have a big gun, but you also have a big role in terms of utility, and you can't lose the control of those Maestro cameras. That could be really, really fatal.
Yeah, that's true too. But these Maestro cameras early, that's a lot of information lost. You still can use them to gain information, but you can't use the lasers if Maestro is killed. I'm interested to see exactly what happens here. I don't see Evil Clown jumping into sewers once more. Interested to see exactly what they do. Ultra upstairs, of course, is going to roam clear. Make sure nobody's upstairs for the moment. Then they're going to see to figure out what they can do with Cobra and Slippery. First hatch being opened will be the one in open area. Well, Slippery is not there for the moment. He's waiting for someone to come down main stairs. Cobra hears the noise, but he's not going to pounce just yet.
So, guns also open on this open area window to possibly force out Cobra and Evil Clown from above. So, I would say Cobra in a bit of a precarious situation as Smithers is going to make his way in. He will actually find the challenge is going to be the blue stairwell. A lot of challenges in general here for what am I trying to say? Not Katsu, Senshi.
Senshi.
I saw blue. I thought Katsu, Senshi. They're kind of the same thing. But yeah, look at this Cobra. As a matter of fact, the challenge that I was speaking of will take down Evil Clown, and he knows that someone's playing nearby Cantor or nearby elevators, and he's going to rotate into Conference. As Cobra is just going to moonwalk his way out and just walk in.
Waste time or anything. He's wasting time. Jump from Ultra though.
That's the hard breach as well. A huge kill here for Cobra as he'll walk away with 2. And he'll try and look for the 3rd, but unfortunately you can't really peek those railings. It's a very unpredictable pattern. As Cobra, he might even try.
Oh, he's gonna run to the garage.
He's just going for it. He is gunning his way through. And is he even gonna be found out at this point? He's a 1-speed, or he's a 3-speed, and yep, they won't even try and challenge that. They're just going to try and catch him off guard and have him trapped inside a garage. Well played there. They'll take down the hard breach, and, well, all you have is Jigs for the hatch. That's about it.
Yeah, again, this is a really interesting turnout here as all of the 2 members are down already with 43 seconds left. They go. Time is run out for Not Overdose to take this side as Jigs get 1, though. Jigs looking to push out on server stairs to control servers and go into CCTV. Guns maybe looking to flank through, and Smithers looking to join Jigs at this point. It's not over to the Fat Lady Sings, but at the same point, it's still looking not very good here for the attack as 27 seconds to go. There's still a member inside the servers as well. Smithers looking to use it, push him out with the concussion. He's gonna jump right down. Jigs gonna place him out. He's gonna be able to kill Yoji as Yoji gets one of Jigs, and then he will refrag Yoji immediately. Guns gets Cobra out 2v2. Jigs, oh my god, as Guns tried to run down the store, but Slippery will finish off Guns, and Murray will take out Smithers, and Senshi will take one more round to keep them in the lead.
This game is giving me a headache. These strategies that just keep on failing for either side, and they're still doing them. Like, for example, Senshi decided to hold upstairs, and they decided to leave the hatches soft. It's interesting, but it can be really risky. Thankfully, that entire round, it was not Overdose, kind of losing a lot of gunfights, especially Cobra having himself quite the round there. I feel like secured that for Senshi because he was able to take down the hard breach. But those strategies, man, they're just really risky. Not even on the side of Senshi, also on the side of the attack of not Overdose. They push upstairs, they gather control of upstairs, they clear out upstairs, and then they just kind of sit there. They look for angles, maybe trying to look for easy kills, but they never come to them. And eventually it comes down to a time crunch.
Yeah, I agree with that one, definitely. It's just, it comes down to a lot of times just wasting so much time. And let's see how they do this time, though. As we'll go upstairs actually the first time. We're seeing the first defense here on CEO Executive here from Senshi, though. And see how exactly they do, as it's been interesting to see not Overdose play these rounds, though. And it's been very, both the holes that time were very aggressive from Senshi, which is, very different here on Bank.
And doesn't seem like they're going to change that up, as Slippery possibly going to be playing inside of Kanto. He's got the ACOG, he's got the deployable shield, he's got the reinforcements, and he's got the ADS. So that aggressiveness is not going to change at all here from Senshi. It could be the aggressiveness they need. As a matter of fact, pretty aggressive. It's going to be that spawn peak, but no one's actually spawned over by Garage.
Nobody's looking for that angle just yet. But it's interesting to see that they're going for this, but it seems that like the window play is such a big thing, and they're not going for it here on Overdose. It looks like they're going for that normal square take.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of square takes on the side of Senshi on their attack, but we'll see if that'll change up here for not Overdose, as they're, playing a little bit more typical on their attack, as they have been, both. I feel like both these players have been, or both of these teams have been very unorthodox on their defenses, but maybe they're just going to be going for more typical holds and or more typical takes on the attack, as we'll see Evil Clown already on the windows, and the rest of not Overdose are going to start to push through stock and eventually challenge Janitors, and it seems like so far it seems like we're going to have a very similar round to what you typically see.
Yeah, it's BC, yeah, most of it. We'll see them push through stock.
Is Evil Clown, I don't know if I saw that wrong. Is Evil Clown rappelling down the skylight? I can't tell.
No, he's not.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just really confused, because he would be the type of person to do that.
Yeah, it would be. You see the person to do that? Wow.
All
right. Well. So they're looking to open up square as usual. This is a pretty normal attack here from not Overdose. Slippery playing the long hallway. He also can get a shot at Guns, though. He sees Guns, he makes shots, but it's a really close. Cobra gets Ultra, though. There goes the hard breacher, actually. That's surprising to see that. Where was Cobra at? It looks like he was below to get that kill. That's a really big blow to not Overdose to lose the hard breacher. Smithers gets Slippery, though, on the long hallway. Murdy's on the main stairs looking to frag back. Take that refrag back, as Jig takes a bit of damage from the smoke as well.
Cannon control loss, and Murdy's going to try to fill that gap as Ultra, again, going down. He's been the opening frag on a lot of these rounds when he's the hard breach, and he's got to be extremely careful. Jigs might be unaware of Murdy's position, though, as he's starting to peek just a little bit too dangerously, and there's the crosshair of Murdy, just take the head off of Jigs. Improper drone work is just going to... or improper. Wow, today is not a good day for Yoji going to take down Evil Clown. But yeah, improper drone work is just going to result in too many deaths to count, as it is going to be a 4 versus 2. Now Guns and Smithers all alone. And I mean, they don't have a hard breach. You can't really count on the Maverick to be your hard breach. Not looking too hot here, as Senshi have so much control, and they even somewhat have the diffuser, as there is going to be Cobra playing on the square stairs. Not a single bullet has landed. There it goes. However, Yoji will take down Smithers, and now Guns. He has no ammo.
Oh, pistol, but no bullet. Cobra.
The last bullet will be the wondrous one, but it won't be enough as Cobra will simply take down Guns. And well, we're staring at match point here. Senshi looking to take down a team that has been playing very unorthodox, a little bit too unorthodox for their
Yeah, Senshi now on their potentially last defense. This is match point here for Senshi. In that last round, they tried to do the normal take, but they didn't drone correctly. They didn't drone enough to know that Cobra underneath was going to finish off Ultra, take out their Thermite, and we'll see a change up in roles as Ultra's now going to play Jackal rather than Thermite. Evil Clown's going to pick up Thermite instead.
Yeah, well, maybe now allowing Ultra to be a little bit more flexible because he's been playing a weird position where he's not. He's almost been positioning himself as if he isn't a Thermite when he is, and he's now going to be on a Jackal, which might be a little bit more comfortable for him because maybe he won't die early. Maybe the hard breach won't die early. Maybe now Ultra is just able to be a little bit more flexible with his positioning.
Yeah, so we're going to our tertiary set of tellers and tellers and archives, and we'll see what exactly Senshi, how they hold the site compared to not Overdose more than anything really do.
Yeah, and you know, it is the only option right now for Senshi, but I feel like they're going to be doing what not Overdose have not been doing and possibly be holding upstairs because you have Jigs on a sledge and you have Ultra on the second, on the Jackal with the secondary shotgun. So they're probably going to commit a little bit more upstairs, which has been kind of a thing that we've been looking for from the side of not Overdose. But now Senshi are probably going to read into that and decide to do that instead.
Yeah, we'll see two above. Slippery chases off a Jig though. There goes a soft breacher. You say that in Caster's Curse. There goes a sledge.
I hate it. I almost feel bad, but I also don't. That was just a really nice shot.
That was a great start of the round, and also could be the end of this game here for not Overdose as Slippery starts us off against the kill already. So now we need to see them. Are they still going to take upstairs? That was the question.
They have the secondary shotgun on the Ultra, so it's not all over. But I mean, losing your sledge and losing your nades, taking this site, what it's all about is taking out your linchpin positions because it's not so easy to just do it with a gun. You gotta take out those linchpin positions, and Ultra just going for these lucky sprays, hoping that he'll find something. But I don't even think anybody's up there, so not sure if he knows that because he is not droning at all. He is face checking just about everything, and that is just that is too much of a flaw here on the side of not Overdose.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see this happening, but this again, yeah, they've already gotten the first kill, so they don't need to really hold upstairs as much as possible just because they got rid of the sledge. So it's not crazy to see that Senshi has now gone back to site, and they're just kind of waiting for the push from not Overdose onto site, really more than anything. And you have Cobra really far down there too. He's all the way inside of a freaking vault.
Could be going for that late flank because Guns is sitting outside a square already, so he's pretty deep, but he has to realize that there is two players sitting behind him. And he's got the pings, and he's got only 25 bullets as compared to the 80 on the side of Maestro. So, I don't know. This is a pretty risky gunfight to take, but he's going to take it anyway. And he has 3 angles looking at him. He has 3 guns trained on him. And Yoji's going to take down Evil Clown. And that's a hard breach. It's a 5 versus 3. And it's going to be a 5 versus 2 as Yoji is going off. He will finally fall, but is that enough? As it is going to be Guns taking out Slippery. Finally, we could be seeing an opening here from not Overdoses. There's a player.
He's ahead of Cobra.
Oh, no. He won't land the shots, unfortunately, and now Guns, he will take down Cardama. It's an explosive start here, finally, for not Overdoses. Murdy
no, Ultra takes out
a win. This should not be a round that not Overdose are winning. This is not a round. This should not be happening. Cobra in a 1 versus 2.
Ultra's planting the diffuser. Impact comes out. He knows he's in the corner. He couldn't impact it to death, but he doesn't know how far in the corner he is. Guns is right there. He kills him, but Ultra, where is he? He's right around the corner. He gets the shots and Overdose win the round. And they are 1 round closer to going overtime, but they still need 2 more.
Okay, let's recap if we even can. No. Not Overdose are winning way too many gunfights. That has been a really big thing about their team. Once they start to win gunfights, it's all over. And they're giving them way too many gunfights. You saw the moment that Guns decided to peek inside of a cafe, he had 3 guns trained on him from different angles, and there was no way he should have walked out of that alive. And he even had a vigil playing on server stairs. And for God's sakes, he ran away with like 2 or 3 kills. That should have never happened.
It's true. It's very true. It's not Overdose are really thriving on making these fights rather than, you know, winning based on like just the good team strats. Because you had like Senshi made a lot of good crossfires, but overall ended up being a lot of 1v1s that were forced by not Overdose, and they won those 1v1s.
Gosh, man. A lot, like you said, a lot of force, a lot of force 1v1s. I would agree with that, and that's interesting because, you know, Senshi had really good positioning up until that point. They had a lot of angles established. They could have just sat there. Yoji was, you know, hammering away at the attack of not Overdose. But unfortunately, that's just not enough. And now we're going back downstairs into a little bit more of a comfortable site. And that's very possible. It could have just been a, you know, tertiary bomb site just not being good enough for Senshi. They need, you know, a more familiar ground. But I don't know. We could be seeing a 7-4. I'm not too sure because it's been kind of a gamble for not Overdose.
So we'll be starting here again downstairs on CCTV, and CCTV and Locker's defense last time they lost is out due to, or not Overdose lost us out due to just not being able to make the kills and losing some of their players early on. So we'll see exactly how they play out, how differently play out. They win it out this time though.
Smithers going to be making a quick entry into square as drone work is coming on through. Something that has been kind of a problem for not Overdose is that drone work, but now they are going to be getting quick intel and making their way down into the server stairwell, which could be quite the challenge. You have Yoji with a shotgun and Yoji with an SMG-11, both of which very, very dangerous as shots coming on through, maybe to hold an angle from above, and that might force Yoji just a bit back, or even just force him to kind of play a little bit more passively. He's got 2 ADSs on him as well. He's got the gas grenades and Cobra from underneath. So this is going to be a pretty deep server hold here for Senshi. They're going to be putting a lot of eggs in this server basket, and we'll see if that'll work out as Yoji kind of has a plan here. He has no deployable shield cover, so he's going to have to rely on the shotgun. Smoke grenade's going to come on through again. That's his second gone, and it's been a 2 minutes, so a lot of delay here. Really well played here. Essentially, his second gas grenade, or sorry, his third gas grenades come on through, and well, Yoji will delay another. Well, now it's going to be a minute.
Yeah, now it's a minute gone by. 2 minutes. Well, 1 minute left. Actually, 2 minutes have gone by. 1 minute left to go. A grenade will destroy the ADSs. He's gonna run right through, but Yoji has to kill. Yoji another kill. He takes 2. He's looking for a third as they just rush in. What is the plan for not Overdose? Hey, you guys finally gets the kill. Ultra Titan takes Yoji. He's looking for another one. He's looking for the Jaeger as well of Cobra. Cobra gets finally taken out too. It's a 3v3. What an explosion of kills from not Overdose to make it, oh well, even man ground. But the problem is only 40 seconds left to go.
At least they have their hard breacher alive with something that hasn't been a trait of not Overdose too often. They will be able to open up the server wall as Evil Clown taking damage from seemingly Ultra, I guess. As, well, like you said, the time is ticking. There is no smoke grenade to delay them right now. It's going to be 2 C4s and a Maestro camera, or at least possibly 2 C4s, as Ultra's going to take down the Maestro cameras. However, it's just going to be 2 C4s. 1 now, as Evil Clown going to be planning with the smoke grenade. Murdy has no more C4 remaining. Cardama and Murdy's going to possibly be going for this vault. It's a very ballsy play as the hatches open up from underneath, but Cardama will deny the plant, and there's only 12 seconds remaining, and they're just hiding within the shroud of the smoke. But here comes the push. Cardama's in a 1 versus 1. Ultra's on 1 HP. He has the diffuser, but he's not going to go for it. He's going to look for the kill. 2 seconds remaining. Ultra won't win it. It'll be Senshi to shut it down. And Cardama to finish it off. An excellent play there from the Kaid to play passively. And Senshi, well, unfortunately, I believe, send not Overdose home. If I'm, no.
I think your rankings again. I think your rankings if they are. Now I'm not sure. Actually, I think they have. I don't know. They have one. Only have 1 loss. I think they only have 1 loss. So they have 2 losses now.
Do they have enough points then?
Not Overdose have. Yeah, no, they're 6-2 right now. So they're just not points. It's you have 3 losses and you're out. It's 3 losses and you're out. So they have one more chance. They cannot lose this last round if they want to keep these points.
Either way, they're putting not Overdose in a very uncomfortable situation.
Very much. So. Looks like GG's. So guys, we'll be back at 10 o'clock p.m. EST in about 30 minutes with our last game of this open qualifier, last game of the night. Again, I've been your caster, Ben Yao, accompanied by Jasmine. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Take a break. Go get some food. Take a walk. I guess. I don't know. Something.
Feed your dog.